Okay, good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. Let me share my screen. We are in for some Forex trading today. Forex trading and training. Okay, so that's fine. So let me know once you've joined in, guys. Let me know once you've joined in. Let me know once you've joined in. All right, yo. So let's check out what's happening here today. What we intend to do today is to find some good trade. You know, um, we basically want to find trade, uh, and the way we're going to go about that is to focus on fast moving pairs. Fast moving pairs. Let me just, look at the news for today. Okay, today is, I mean, it's Thursday today, isn't it? Okay, right. So there is a USD related news event at about 8:30, which is more or less in about 20 minutes or so, 19, 20 minutes. And that's about it really. Okay, so let's look at pound. This is the trade I'm in. Let's look at pound um, JPY. So we would leave every USD related news for at least the next 20 to 30 minutes. You never can tell what's going to move the news. So we can see here, looking at pound JPY GJ, like we call it. It's been pretty much very bullish. I gave um, a trade signal for this some days ago. Well, it's about 3 weeks now. I gave it a trade signal about 3 weeks ago, and it is still bullish. Let's just see what we are going to do with this. This is the 1 hour time frame. Obviously, you know, um, overall is bullish, but as you begin to go to the lower time frames, you see that it is um, doing a correction. This is just a correction, the corrective move in a bullish overall move. Let's just do something here. Let's mark out the area of short-term support and resistance. So price is pretty much at support now. Price is pretty much at support. Now, obviously, I do trade price action as well. So never mind the fact that you see the moving average indicators there. I do trade price action as well. But mainly for the purpose of our live training and trading session, I would also use indicators. I find that the use of indicators is one way of getting um, traders to begin to make profit straight away. You'll be amazed how much profit traders can, begin to make, even as beginners, just understanding how to use moving indicators like moving averages. Okay, so price is at resistance. I will not be doing anything with this pair until we see how price, responds or reacts to this area. Is it going to break through, or is it going to up, bounce off to the upside? Okay, so once you join me in the on YouTube, do say hello. Do say hello. I can see there are some of you watching there. Let me just type in my greeting. Okay. And what I'll do as well, for I know some of you are not part of my free Telegram group. So I'm going to include the link there. I'm going to add the link for my Telegram group so that you can be part of our community there as well. I do give, tips. I drop a lot of nuggets in there. I do drop a lot of nuggets in there. And of course, free trading signals. I do drop free trading signals in there as well. So feel free to join my Telegram group. I've just dropped the link. I've dropped the link now in on YouTube. This year, you do not want to trade alone. I can tell you that. You want to be part of a trading community. Okay, so this is the 1 hour. Sorry, this is the 15-minute time frame. Let's go to other time frames and see. I have been teaching lately about moving average crossovers and how to trade them. Now, in case you're wondering, on my own chart here, I have three moving averages. This is um, the 8 SMA. I trade SMA, I would say mainly. I rarely trade any other type of moving averages. This is the 8 SMA, this is the 20, and this is the 200. You know, um, So I'll be doing some teaching. Obviously, we cannot delve deeply into, our strategies. You know, um, you will have to join our VIP group to know the full strategy. But we're predominantly waiting for this crossover here. Let's just go and see. You know, um, so this is what we are seeing here. What I'll do, because I do combine it with price action, I'm going to be marking out this area of short-term resistance, so I will not so much go into this trade until price has broken here. This is the 5 minute, but if you go to the 1 minute, this is what we're looking at. Now, if I wanted to take a very quick calc, I could enter and expect it to come here, which is less than 10 pips. I don't want to scalp for less than 10 pips. When I do scalp, I usually scalp for a minimum of 15 pips. You know, makes it worth my while and it makes it less stressful. Uh, I know some of you will say, oh, 15 pips is, sorry, 10 pips is good. Well, yes, you know, what we'll do is if this pulls back, say if it pulls back to about here, then we can then target even 13 pips. Who knows? It might go higher. Um, so we'll basically see what happens with this. What we should do as traders, what we should do as traders is to look for A plus setups only, really. If you want to be in the game for long, you don't want to be jumping into any and every trade. You want to look for good setups and jump into it. I prefer to enter trade where I have peace of mind. You know, I want to be able to set and forget. Oh yeah, set and forget in the sense that you enter the trade and let it play out, not panicking and taking it every single second. No, 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 no. I don't have time for that. Okay. So give us a like. Click on the like, guys. Click on the like for me. If you're on YouTube, click on the like. We are also on obviously my VIP members are on um my VIP members are on Zoom. They are on Zoom. Right, yo. Okay, guys. Okay, so let's check other pairs in the meantime. Let's check other pairs in the meantime. Let's see what the other pairs are doing. Gold is one we're going to be looking at. Gold obviously has been pushing up as well, as you can see. It's been pushing up. Apart from this massive drop we had, some days ago, about 5 days ago or so, about 7 days ago. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do with this. Some people, are scared of going against the trend, especially when it comes to trading gold. But I can tell you guys, you know, um, if you are a scalper, obviously you can trade any which way. You can trade any which way you choose as a scalper, whether, it's a counter trend trade or going with the trend. Now, the truth, however, is that as a scalper, yes, it's still better. It's still better to go with the trend. But if you do get a good setup, then of course you can go. Um, if you do get a good setup, a counter trend setup, you can go with that. I would say the scalper is trend agnostic, because you know the trend can go, it can the trade, a good trade can go either way. It can be a counter trend trade or it could be a trend following trade. Okay, so this is 1 hour. Let's go to, when I do scalp, I tend to scalp on the 1 minute and the 5 minute. So let's see what we have here. This is the 5 minute. Let's see the 1 minute. It's not quite tidy enough for me at the moment. So I won't so much be jumping in this at the moment. Let me have a sip of water. Refreshing. Okay, so we're going to be here for, about 45 minutes to 1 hour or so. I want to make sure that I want to, see to it that we don't miss the opportunity to enter a trade. And like I always say, when it comes to trading gold, um, you can get a trade every hour or every other hour. So yeah, So I'm encouraging you to stay with me. Now, it's going to be about the news, US related news release is coming out in about 6 minutes. So let's hang in there. I am in a trade on this. Um, I'm in a trade here. I can see it's over 400 pips. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to secure some profits. Well, not secure the profits, but move my stop loss to break even. Move stop loss to break even. So just 1 minute, guys. This is obviously to ensure that so I've just now moved the stop loss to break, well, not to break even, but I've tightened it. That's the right term. So on here, on this live, I intend to be not just trading, but also doing some level of teaching, teaching you um, what the different terminologies are and teaching you some, simple, straightforward strategies and techniques that I use. So there is going to be a lot to gain from these sessions here. Okay. All right. So we can see what's happening here. Now, what we have here currently is what I would call a range. There's a range between here where you have this gray line, this gray box, this gray rectangular box, and this one. So price could be going up and down here for a while until it decides which way to finally go. Now it's been quite a push, quite a push. I traded, last night the start of the Asian session. We are now in the London session, what we call the London session. I traded the start of the Asian session last night. Well, when I say last night, obviously, last night my time, um, and I got a few pips of gold. Okay, all right. Let's look at Euro AUD. I also love to trade Euro AUD, guys. So basically, the pairs I tend to trade, the assets I tend to trade are gold, um, you know, Euro USD, so not Euro USD, Euro AUD, that Euro Aussie dollar, pound JPY. I also love DAX. I've not traded DAX for a long time. I've not traded DAX for a long time. So you can see this one now. You can see, let's mark out areas of support and resistance. So with this one, you know, price obviously has been dropping, it's been dropping. It could come here and bounce off um, this area of resistance and keep on going down. So we're basically gonna wait for that to happen, if that's what's gonna happen, or else it might break to the upside. Now let's zoom out. You can see it's pretty much, it's been pretty much in an uptrend as well. Apart from this, you know, um, let's just look at other time frames. This is the weekly. That's a low, higher low, so Let's go to the hourly time frame. Okay. I mean, obviously, I can see that this move has played out or is playing out. As a trader, you cannot catch every trade. You cannot catch every trade. Okay, let's go back to gold now because it's 1 minute to the release of the news there. So the news is unemployment claims. So let's see what happens here. Note, guys, if you're new to trading, you want to be mindful of news releases, especially if it's a red folder event. If you do have time, I'll show you that. I want you, you know, when you are trading with me, when you're in live sessions with me, except if you are at work. But if you are at work, I would expect you to focus on your job and leave the forex alone, unless this is your break time or something. So you can actually focus on forex, what we're teaching, what we're communicating. Otherwise, you focus on your job and trade with us other times when it's not clashing with your job. Okay. Because when you are with me, I do expect you to give it a lot of attention because every single minute could be a minute in which I share some nugget, some real nugget or some real insight. So you want to be focused as well. But nevertheless, we usually would not do more than 1 hour, sessions. So you can always watch the replay. Okay, the news has been released, or let me see. Uh, okay, I can't see any data yet. I can see obviously the price has not moved. The price has not moved at all. The price has not moved at all. Let's go back to this. Let's go back to GJ. Okay, so let's look at other pairs as well. The DAX. Ooh, that was a big push up there. In the DAX, this is a 15-minute time frame. This push could continue higher. So this could be one trade we might be able to get into. Wow, look at that. This is the daily. You can see it's just been going up. Crazy. Crazy. Well, you can see this is the monthly. So it's definitely an all-time high. We are at all-time highs here. Amazing. So this is a trade we might be able to get into. This is the last, well, this is the 1 hour candle. It might pull back. Let me just mark out an area here. So that's some sort of support there. Guys, we're going to decide soon if we're going to jump in this trade. We're going to decide if we're going to jump in this trade. This is the 30-minute time frame. This is going to push up. Now, the truth is, if you're going to enter this trade as it is, the best place to have your stop loss would be here. Let me see. I mean, the safest place here on the 30-minute will be under here, under this last candle. I don't, I'm not stingy with, well, let's see this. Sorry, we'll come back. Okay. Just wanting to see if we can enter this gold trade. Okay, we might be able to enter the gold trade. So just hang in there. We'll be able to enter this gold trade for a sell and place our stop loss. So hang in there, guys. And place our stop loss somewhere there. So let's see. Now that will most likely be, but I mean, if we enter here now, stop loss is going to be there. Let's sell gold. I'm selling gold now, guys. Sell gold. Sell gold. Have the stop loss there. Okay, I'm going to sell it across my account. So, I mean, if you want to wait for it to pull back up, that's entirely up to you as well. Okay, I would say, let's wait for it to, let's see if I can get a pullback. If we can pull back, this is where the stop loss is going to be. That's going to be about 100 and 112 pips. Let's see if we get a pullback, guys. I want us to play it safely. Want to get the most out of it, and want to get, a minimum of 1-to-1. Might not get a pullback, but hey, let's see. Patience is needed. But what I'll do is I have entered, you could have your stop loss somewhere here. Sorry, not stop loss. You could have place an order, could place an order anywhere here, as long as the price has not gotten to stop loss. Now, okay, let me just use this opportunity to quickly teach. For those who take my signals on Telegram and everywhere else, it is the case that you would normally see me say something like sell. I would normally say sell at, I'll give the price. I'll say sell or higher. Sell at this price or higher. So if I was putting that, I would say sell at this price or higher. When I say higher, I basically mean anywhere before the stop loss is reached. Anywhere before price reaches the stop loss is a good place to sell. Now this is the stop loss. So if from here, our entry to here, the stop loss, if the range between our entry and the stop loss is say 100 pips, 107 pips, whatever it is, you can sell anywhere before it gets to stop loss. It basically means that if you were to enter here, because our entry to the stop loss is about 120 in this case, it means you will measure 120 from where you entered, which will be giving you a better entry and a better stop loss. So just to know that, this is the suggested price. I'm going to enter this trade. I'm going to enter this trade, guys. I've just entered again on my other account. The reason being that I've just entered a sell on my other account. Okay, now the best entry would have been somewhere here. When this last candle closed, that would have been the best entry, but we got near enough a good entry. So the stop loss really, is about 95. we're targeting 1 to 1, so we're targeting 1 to 1 at least 1 to 1. So from here to here would be like we're targeting there. So I'll be taking partials there. I'll be closing most of the trade in here. I'll be taking most of the trade in here when the price gets here. You have to be patient, guys. With my strategy, obviously, like any other strategy, it either hits take profit or hits the stop loss. Because, my strategy has a high win rate, and I mean very high win rate, I do expect the price to get here. I expect us to win this trade, and a number of our trades, over 75% of our trades do get to TP1. This is not TP1. I won't call it TP1. Let me show you where TP1, I would say TP1 is like halfway. A number of our trades do tend to get here. Now, if we get a pullback, I will enter another position, guys. A number of our trades, 75% of our trades get to TP1. So expect the price to get here at least. I mean, a trade from before, that's the stop loss. This is the stop loss for the trade we just entered now. Okay. So if we do get a pullback, I will jump in again, guys. I did say to you that we tend to get trades every hour or every other hour on gold. This is a clear example. Okay. So we have entered this trade now. Let's see what happens. We will not necessarily just watch this. We're going to check other pairs. We're going to check other pairs to see if we can find trades as well. The maximum number of trades I would want us to enter during any live session is 2. The maximum is 2. So we have entered 1 now. Let's check that DAX. Let's check DAX. What I'll do is you could have another entry here. You could place an order anywhere here. But let's check DAX first. So this is the DAX we're talking about. How far is DAX going to go? I mean, this is the daily time frame. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the last 6 days, it's just been pushing up with no red candles here on the daily. That tells you how powerful it has been. Tells you how powerful this has pushed too much. Now, to be honest with you, with my strategy, it's going to be giving, this much. So we have 1125 there. It's going to be coming like here. The price is going to be getting somewhere around there. Let's say 1135. Yeah. So this price is going to be coming that far, going with my strategy, what I see. Okay, so we are in profit on this one anyway. It's going down. It's going down. Okie. So at least we got one trade here today. Got one trade here today. Let's check that GJ as well. Okay, so it's at resistance now, like I did say it would. So you can see trading, guys, is not rocket science. You just need to learn. You just need to acquire the skill. And obviously, one good way of doing that is to be mentored. Be mentored by an experienced and a profitable trader. And it will reduce your learning curve. So I am going to be watching some pairs, later today, even after we leave the live session, because like I say, this could go as far as here, you know, or when it breaks this resistance, then I'll be looking to enter, to get in a sense at the beginning of that continuation, and I believe the price will get there at least. So if I get into a trade anywhere here, I'll be looking to, you know, go for at least 20 pips or so. PP1, I could leave the trade to run if it wants to continue. Let's just check it. Yeah. So one tip, another tip I would say, another tip for you to go away with today is when price has been going in one direction, it's only when it's taking out the last candle. In this case, the price has been dropping. One of the ways of knowing when it's most likely going to reverse, or at least a pullback, is when the last candle is taken out. So this is going to reverse. After all, like we see, it is at um, it is at support. We will know that it's time for it to reverse when this last bearish candle is taken out. It will mean that it will mean that buyers, as in, we have sellers and buyers. It will mean the buyers have stepped in a powerful way. You know, Besides that, looking at the daily time frame, like I was saying a while ago, I am bullish. I am bullish on GJ. I'm bullish on GJ, and I expect it to keep going up anyway. It's just been consolidating for a long time. What usually happens when the price is consolidating in a trend is that it's just gathering energy to continue that push up. So that's what's happening with that one. You know, um, so just to give you an idea of how I'll be looking to trade this, take these trades that we're not in yet. If we consider this DAX German 40. If price comes back here, because this is going to be going up, like I say, I believe it's going to be pushing to this area at least. It's going to be pushing to 25,299 at least. The only time I would jump in this trade is when the price pulls back a bit um, to support. I mean, on this time frame, it did pull back here. It did pull back here, but obviously I missed it. Every penny counts. Every penny counts. Somebody might say, oh, well, why don't you just enter here and, take it up? Well, yes, I could do that, but it means I'll be having, you know, um, a negative risk to reward because my stop loss is going to be here, guys. I'm not going to cut corners and place my stop loss here because you think it's a big candle. Well, yes, price, you don't play with the market. Use the technical stop. The correct technical stop is going to be here, not anywhere else, really. Well, at least with my strategy. So if it pulls back here, you know, I know because I know I'm going to be targeting, let me just mark it out. Because I know I'm going to be targeting there, I would then have a better stop loss. I would then have a better stop loss of more or less 1.5 hour. So that's what I'm looking to do. Okay, so coming back to GJ now, coming back to GJ, we will basically see what happens here. If it breaks this resistance, then we'll be looking to buy. Otherwise, it might be wanting to sell. Now let's go to gold. So we see our gold trade. This is basically where we entered for a sell. But like I say, anywhere between here and the stop loss, you can enter. So I'll wait to see how this plays out. If it does keep on going down, fine. If it goes up, I'll be looking to take another position, guys. I'll be looking to take another position on that one. Okay, so let's watch this. It's been a good number of months in our VIP room. So guys, it's coming up to 1 hour since I've been here. I'll be here for another 9 minutes. I'll be here for another 9 minutes and we will call it a day. I'll be here for another 9 minutes and we will call it a day. Okay, so that noise, I've just entered. Yeah. So we'll basically see how this plays out. Now, what I would say, if you're following me on Telegram, then I'll be telling you what I'll be doing with this trade. I'll be giving you the update, as it were, um, the trade update. I'll be letting you know how I am managing that trade or this trade in the Telegram room. So that's one of the important or benefits of being part of my Telegram room. I give you updates in there as to what I am doing. So do definitely join me in the Telegram room. If you're on YouTube now, the link is up there. I have pinned the links there, my Telegram room, so you can definitely, join us there. Pullbacks are part of the game, so don't be scared. Pullbacks are part of the game. Now, I usually would get in another position when I get a 25 pip pullback. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump in the trade, take another position on this trade. I'm going to take another position on this trade, guys. This is also a teaching opportunity. Now, from here, I entered a while ago. I entered here, but the best entry would have been here and the stop loss there, which is like 107 pips. So this is the second position. What I'll do is I'll measure 107 pips. I'm not going to use the same stop loss because it's a better entry. So let's go for 107 pips. I believe that's about 107 pips or thereabout. I'll close this trade now, guys. I am in a trade from before. I'll close this trade. Right here. Close the trade I am in already. Okay, so I've closed that trade I'm in. I was in. So the trades we're in now are just the trade we just entered, during this session. So two positions, we've entered one here, another one here. These are the stop losses. Let's now, set the take profit, guys. Because I said it's like a one-to-one trade, the one-to-one at least, we're going for, about 90 pips, let's say 92 pips. We're measuring where we enter the trade to where we have the high of that candle. Let's say about 90. We're going to be measuring 90 pips take profit for both. So from here to like here is about 90. The second entry, which is a better entry, we'll measure 90 pips from there, which is going to be like somewhere here. Okay, guys. So I'll move this stop loss slightly. Okay. So this should be winning trades. Let's just I'm here for another 3 minutes or so. I'm here for another 3 minutes or so. Like I always say to my VIP members, just 1 minute, guys. Like I always say to my VIP members, with my strategy, a pullback is an opportunity to, enter the trade again. It gives you a better entry, as it were. Okay. This is a good trade. It's a good trade. So don't panic. Don't panic that it's pulled back deeply. Don't panic. Like I say, we don't win every trade, but we do win a lot. And it is the case that, you know, if you keep, frustrating or short-circuiting your opportunity to win, then that's not the best way to go as a trader. You want to basically take trades and stay and hang in there. Take trade and hang in there. Once your strategy, if your strategy is tried and tested, take the trade and hang in there for it to either hit stop loss or take profit. The only reason why I would tend to move my stop loss is, well, I do that on rare occasions. I do that on very rare occasions, guys. We've been enjoying a winning streak over the last months. We've been enjoying a winning streak over the last months. And it's pushing way too high, going way too high. Now, let's go to the daily. Let's go to the daily to see what's going on the daily. Okay, so what it is basically, you have to be dynamic as a trader. That is basically the stop loss we've set, and I am not moving it. If it does take us out, well, fine, but otherwise we stay in the trade because I have done my analysis and that is the valid area of stop loss. If price breaks it, then obviously it means that this is the support, so that's resistance. If price breaks it there, if the price breaks that area of support, sorry, resistance, then we'll be looking to see what the market wants to do, whether it wants to keep on pushing up. But that is for this time frame anyway, that our area of resistance, overall resistance for this time frame, but let's go with this. So we've been here for just under an hour, just under an hour. Let's basically, I'll just give it, 3 more minutes. I'll give it 3 more minutes and I'll be calling it a day. However, what I'm saying is leave the trade as it is. Now, we entered one trade here. We entered another position here. And like I did say, because this was our, this area, around about this area is our resistance, where we have our stop loss rather, you know, you could have been able to enter the trade going up. I took 2 positions. I was not going to take any more. You know, if anything, I could have taken it on another account, but not this one. You know, that my one of my other, strategies, guys. That's one of my other strategies whereby, you only take so much trade on one account. You could have one. I usually would suggest you have two accounts at least, so you could have two different entries on different accounts. It's a way of managing your account so you don't blow it up. Now, obviously, if somebody entered here, then you'll be in some profit now. But anyway, that's just how we trade. That's it. It was a deep pullback. I can tell you that it was a deep pullback. Let's hang in there, guys. It is an A plus setup. We entered an A plus setup. So hang in there. See, there are going to be times when you have a deep pullback. You get in the trade and it gives you a deep pullback. You know, you just have to know or have the guts to stay in the trade. You need to have the guts to stay in the trade. Okay, so these are the other trades we're watching. We're watching the DAX. We're watching GJ, that's pound JPY. I'm not so much watching this one just yet. This is the 1 hour. Let's try the 15-minute. Okay. Okay. Anyway, guys, I've got to go. So let this play out. If there are other setups I get into today, I'll be leaving them in the Telegram room. So do join me on Telegram. Telegram is similar to WhatsApp. It's similar to WhatsApp. It's free to join. So basically just download the Telegram app on your phone or on your device, either your PC, your laptop, or whatever. And basically you could trade with us. Use the link I've just posted in this YouTube channel, in this YouTube live. Or if you check um, any of my YouTube uh, sessions or recordings or videos, you will see the link there. Okay, guys, have a profitable day. Don't overtrade and don't revenge trade. If you lose any trade, well, fine. You could call it a day or take one more trade. If you lose two consecutive trades, I would usually say it might be time to call it a day. Okay, guys, so see you soon. God bless.